do you ever have some artists, like you said, yeah, like, oh, this has just started coming up, like, did you have it before, like, where a lot of people are sending you their music, and
Not really.
So it just started happening recently? Okay. And you said you done some work at radio station, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, moving forward, do you still work at radio station?
Yeah.
Let's talk about your work at that radio station. Like, how does that work? And
it's like a
what is your slot there?
Okay. Station sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I do like every other Thursday. Like I just do like a 2-hour slot, and I do play some. I play a lot of underground stuff on there because I can play what I want. It's my 2 hours, so I just play whatever.
Yeah.
And I've played like a few people's tracks. I've played them on there. They said, "Oh, can you play this?" They send me the track. I said, "Yeah." And the thing is, it's good because I've got something that someone ain't got. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's good. That's key because, you know, otherwise everyone will Shazam your music and they will be playing it, and it's like you're the same as everyone else.
Yeah.
So
we all we're living in a day and age once again, innit, where people are like, you're here today, you're fucking gone tomorrow. Yeah. Everybody knows, yeah. So between you two, each, could you give like what advice could you give to a person who, either a DJ, or a music artist who is looking to have longevity in this fucking game? Like, what advice would you have for those people? Longevity within the game, like, especially the day and age that we live in. Like, if you guys got any, or like, what should some people do in terms of like not burn themselves out, or to, you guys understand, like, longevity? How could some people sustain in this day and age that we live in? You get what I'm saying? Like, because all of us, you get me? Because even think about it, like, even us behind the cameras, like, with people like us that are building our own platform, there's this thing where it's like, now there's so much options for everybody.
Well, I mean, obviously I've done gigs where it's like, oh, we have to play commercial music and you have to do this policy, and I've done it, but it's not like, it's only like a short term thing because I'm not going to be like going there regular because I've got my own thing to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I use it as a stepping stone, get out, get to network and use it as an opportunity, but not. It's not long term for me. Do you know what I mean? That is just an opportunity to do there and then.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think never be scared to say no to things as well. You see me now, like, I think I've always been like this. I've always had emotional intelligence in music anyway. So obviously when you're young, for example, I think you follow the crowd because you think that that's what's important, or you think that that's what everyone else is doing. Where I'm at now, for example, is I know me. So I will always ask people, for example, okay, what's needed of me? If it makes sense, cool, we can run it. If it doesn't make sense, I'm all right. Do you get what I mean? And there's no amount of money, for example, especially if it's going against my brand. Yeah. There's no amount of money, for example, that's even worth it. No matter, like, I've got to a point where I think, knowing myself, for example, people outside of me, for example, can't tell me what I need to do. Yeah. If you're helping me to add to it, for example, and we can benefit each other, that's cool. But if it's not that, for example, I don't need to say yes just because it looks shiny. Do you know what I mean? Weirdly, especially, I'd say the last few years, I like spending time by myself.
that's what I was saying.
I love that. Yeah,
I spend time by myself to check myself. No one needs to check me. I've checked myself already. Yeah. Like, I make mistakes. I'm a human being like everyone else, but I definitely check myself before anyone. That's why I spend time by myself. Do you get what I mean? And obviously I'm Muslim in this. So I believe in Allah, but it's like, if I could get to my prayer mat, that's the safest place on earth. You get what I mean? Because it's like, whatever the situation was, for example, if I could talk to God instead of talking to humans, they're going to use it against me. I'd rather talk to God first. You get what I mean? Yeah. So I think if you're someone, for example, I'm very self-accountable as well. Some people, for example, might not agree, but I agree. Do you get me? Yeah, so I'm very self-accountable. Like, I know when I've messed up, for example, and I know what needs to be done as well. For me, though. I can't talk on anyone else.
Take accountability
for yourself.
You definitely do need downtime.
100%.
1,000,000%. Yeah.
Let me even break this down. You can have two men. One of them, he's not the best. No, he is the best, actually. You can have a man, for example, that goes to do a 9 to 5. He's not cakey as hell, but he's spending his last. But his woman doesn't appreciate it. That's still a real man to me. Then you can have a man, for example, that's taking care of business, everything, but he's cheating on his woman.
But he's still looking after.
Still looking after. That's still a real man. He's not because of the cheating bit. But he's still taking care of business.
I can't believe she didn't get caught up. I can't believe. You know, when somebody catches themselves and say, "I can't believe what I just said."
But you know what it is? I've realised everyone's got their thing in it. So because he's cheating, someone might be like, "I've had a bad experience of cheating in the past." That says, "You know what? I'd rather a man that stays loyal to me and doesn't pay all of this and rare this and that, and that's her interpretation. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. I've just realized, for example, is go with what you can handle. Like you see one thing, like life taught me, go with what you can handle.
Balance.
And if you two do not have these conversations and you just have la fairy tale, male or female, for example, you're gonna have bad situations. You see me now, for example, like I always say, just be honest. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be rare. This and that. Be honest, for example, and then I'll tell you if I can handle that or if I can't. Same thing with women, for example. I'll tell you what I can bring to the table. If that's not your thing, for example, I might not be the person for you. And whether I'm not, alhamdulillah.
But you've given them a choice.
100%. Simplify everything. Do you know what I mean?
At least you've let them know what it is.
100%.
You know.
And you lot also think, because I think this is too, as a single man who's literally, I watch a lot of different things and I'm thinking, God damn, it's lit in this motherfucker. You get me? What's that one thing?
I'm in control of playing music and I'm keeping people smiling and moving and bubbling.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like the reaction from people.
The reaction from people. Like you like when you play certain tunes and
everybody's bugging.
You see the people
and
reacting
I'm bugging
to.
And they're bugging. And
Yeah,
I'm like, let's work it.
Like all of us are bugging. Now I hear it though, man. But yeah, once again, thank you so much.
No
you get me? Thank you so much for blessing us with your presence.
It's been a pleasure, thank you.
Oh, good man. Definitely, part 2 soon come. On the red chair, you get one to say. Double, thank you for even joining us as well, even though you didn't really have to.
Yeah, man, come on, man.
You get me? But yeah, man. All good, man. You get me? DJ, the Minx. You get me?
Yep.